All right, what's good, everybody? So I wanted to just come on here and share with you guys something that I've used within my trading strategy recently and in the past. So if you scroll down to my old videos, you'll see me using this. It is a pretty helpful tool. It is an indicator, but it's a super helpful indicator which gives you a sense of direction of who's in control of the market at a certain point. So all it is, it's called the 9 and the 21 EMA. You combine it with the ICT strategy, it works phenomenal. All right. So literally all it is, it basically just gives you a sense of direction of who is in control of the market. There's two ways you can really use it. So you can use it as a reversal tool or a retracement tool. Okay. So all you're going to have to do is you're going to go up to indicators right here. You're going to type in the search bar, moving average exponential. You're going to click it 2 times. I already have it saved up here, so I don't even have to type it in. So the first one, you're gonna see the settings and all that kind of stuff. So this one, you're gonna keep as 9. Okay, so you're gonna keep it as 9, and then the second one, you're gonna change the length to 21. So 21. So now whichever one that you typed in as 21, you're gonna make it red. So that is going to be the red one. And now the other one for the 9, you're going to change the color to green. Perfect. So you're going to see 2 lines pop up now. Obviously, one's green, one's red. Now, as you can see within this example right here, we see that the red line is above the green line. So what that basically gives you is a sense of who is in control of the market at this point. So at this point, we could see that the bias switched. So obviously coming down, we have like a mixed bias because this is pre-market still. This is basically a mixed bias right here. But we could see that once market opens or very close to market open, we see that the structure shifts. Obviously, we make a fucking Jesus, dude. What am I tweaking about? Uh, Market structure shift. I completely blanked for a second for some reason, and we see that the EMAs cross. Now we have the red one over the green one. So now at this point, I'm convinced that we're going to continue lower until we see them cross again. Okay, so obviously we continue lower for pretty much the rest of the day, and we see that we just continue lower and lower. Now, how can you use this in another way? Okay, so you can use this as a reversal tool. You can use this as a retracement tool as well. Okay, so let me give you guys an example of a bullish area right here too. Okay, so as we can see, this is obviously London session. This is 6:30 in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning. And we could see right here that we switch. Okay, so at this point right here, we switch our biases. Obviously, we are in bearish structure with this area right here. And then we start pushing up and we see the 2 lines cross. So at this point right here, the green EMA is above the red EMA. And then we just continue higher and higher after that. And then we just start chopping around for a little bit. And then we dump. Okay. So that basically gives you a sense of how this works. But I will talk about some other things as well. I want to give you guys a better example of a bullish. Okay, so there we go. So we could see that this area right here is a basically like an inverse fair value gap area right here. So if you look at like a higher time frame, so if you look at like the 5-minute time frame, we could see that we have basically 1, 2, 3, 2 inverse fair value gaps right here, which got inversed. And that is an example of how you can use it as a reversal tool. So we see that we came down at this point right here. We see that the red EMA is above the green one. This point right here shows me that we're in bearish structure. Once we shift, once we see that green line flip over and be on top of the red one, that gives me confirmation that we're going in bullish area, bullish structure right here. Okay, so this is one way that I could use it as a confirmation of a reversal. So we could see in this area right here as well that we make a pump up. We have the green line above the red EMA. Then we swap over. So once they switch, this is my reversal confirmation right here. So this is me confirming the fact that we're going to potentially reverse and continue lower because of the fact that we have the red EMA above the green EMA. And as you can see, we definitely dumped a little bit. We didn't dump a crazy amount, but that's just a small example. Okay. So now let me show you a example of a retracement. So that was a example of us making a reversal. And now let me show you guys an example of a retracement. So we can see that coming into market open, we basically dumped right before market opened, and we absolutely dump. Okay, so we make this 5 minute fair value gap, we retrace back into it, probably this 1 minute fair value gap, but we dump after that. So now the way I use it as a retracement tool, we see that we have this 1 minute fair value gap right here. This entire thing is basically an imbalance right here, which also gives me confirmation because we have an order block here too. So at that point already right here, I have two confirmations that we're going to continue lower. Another confirmation is that we have the 9 EMA above the red EMA. Okay, so we see that. So we basically have three confirmations right now. What if you want another confirmation? So what do I see right here is that we retrace back into the red EMA. So tapping into the red EMA, we basically give ourselves an extra step of confirmation that we might continue lower and lower after that. Okay, so we tapped into the three confluences already. So we have the red line being above the green line. We have the order block retracement back into a fair value gap. And now we have an extra set of confluence because we now tap into the red EMA right here. Boom. And then what do we do after that? We continue to dump lower and lower after that. All right. So that's basically two ways that you can use it. Let me find you guys another example. Yesterday we had a pretty good example of it. So this was coming into yesterday. All right. So this is a perfect example of us making a reversal. Okay. So we could see that we start to give ourselves bearish momentum. So price starts to dump a little bit, and then we see the EMAs flip right here, and then the red EMA stays on top of the green EMA, and then we just continue lower and lower after that, basically showing that the sellers are in control of the market, continuing down. Okay, that is one example of us using the EMAs as a reversal tool. Okay, now I know an example where I can show you guys of it as a retracement tool. So obviously the most ideal retracement that we have is basically this fair value gap right here. We have a very nice inverse right here. You know, if you want to take your longs right here, have your stops below these lows, somewhere within this area, so take profit. Boom. All right. Now let's just say, for example, you were off the charts, you went to the bathroom or something, you missed it. Now you see the EMA's crossing. Okay. So this gives me an example or an explanation basically, or confirmation that we're gonna now have bullish momentum. Okay. And we also have an imbalance right here. So this entire area is an imbalance. So I don't know if it's a 2 minute, I'm sure it's something. So, okay, so this entire area is basically an imbalance right here. So we could see that the price then retraces back to the EMAs and then continues higher. Okay, obviously after that we dump and then we continue lower. But this just shows you if you wanted to take a scalp, let's just say if you wanted to take it off that imbalance and the retracement to the EMA, this is a good example of it. Like this is a very, very nice and easy scalp right here. Very nice 1 to 2.5 risk to reward ratio scalp. You could definitely make a very nice trade out of just that trade right there. Okay, so that's another example right there. Here's another example of us using it as a reversal tool. So obviously within this area we have bullish momentum, prices moving up. The green EMA is above the red one. We make a move down, and then now we can see that the EMAs cross, and now the red line is above the green line. And now you can see we continue lower and then just chop around for the rest of the day. And then here's another example of it crossing over, giving us confirmation that we're going to have bullish structure. Boom. Okay, and then it just chops for the rest of the day. That's not really a good example, but that is basically how you can combine that with with your trading setup. So it's super easy. I know it's kind of tricky to use, or like watching me do it, but if you just practice this, if you back test this, do a little bit more research, it's very, very simple to use. It's literally like you could literally just take trades off of this if you really wanted to. Personally, I do not recommend just using the EMAs as a confluence. You definitely need to have more confluences with that. Obviously, these are just small examples that I wanted to show you guys just for this video. But yeah, they definitely do work. I've used them in the past. for some reason my trading view glitched and it completely got rid of it off of my video, off of my trading view, and I like completely forgot about it. And then I rewatched one of my older videos from the past, and I was like, oh, like I should start using this again. So sure enough, I'm back on using this. It definitely just helps you confirm your setups. It just gives you an extra set of confluences. Now, I did also want to mention that you should be using this on a lower time frame. So only be using this on a 1 minute to a maybe 2 or 3 minute time frame max. So 1 minute is just so much more clear. It gives you the most confirmation. It's super simple. Okay, so that's all I really have for you guys today. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, peace.